people. How's it going? I'm Jenny.
KB.
And we're doing something brand new today, which I'm really excited about because I'm a huge fan of the show. You've watched a little bit of it here
I watched
and there.
a lot of it. I think I watched up to season 4.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is quite a bit.
Yeah.
So the show that we're reacting to today is called The Tribe. Let me hear you say it.
The Tribe.
Oh, yeah. She says that one cool, too. Okay. And this is a show from New Zealand. And it's from the... I was going to say early 2000s, but actually it first aired in 1999. And it's not that well known. I just found out about it from my high school best friend. I graduated in 2006 from high school. So that, it was like back like around soon after the show was running, I believe. And I have no idea how she found out about it, but she was real cool and geeky like me. So she told me about this show. And what's really cool about it is that it has, first of all, some scenes that really present the beginnings of a romance between two of the female characters, Salene and May. And the styling of the show in and of itself is really cool. It's cyberpunk, and I'm a total geek for that style, and I was then too. So it's so fun to see them all dressed up. And basically, I'll give you a quick summary of like the premise of the show, because we are just going to be reacting to and watching with you all the episodes or the parts of the show that have Salene and May. But it's not until season 5 that happens. So I'm just going to kind of lay this out for you. But the whole show is on YouTube, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you all want to watch it, I tend to watch it every few years. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to check out the Tribe again. And basically the premise of this story is that there is a virus, which is a little close to home, huh? There's a virus that comes through and wipes out all of the adults. And only the kids and teens are left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they kind of are separated from their parents, and they form, it's called the Tribe because they form different tribes that get together, and they have like all kinds of cool like makeup drawn all over their face and things like that. And they get together to survive. So the main tribe that we follow in this series is called the Mallrats. And these two members of the Mallrats, May is at this point a member of the Mallrats. Salene started with them from the beginning, but May comes in later. And yeah, they both, Salene definitely has relationships with male characters in this, and crushes on male characters. And May kind of does too. Actually, they both do. They both end up crushing on one person, and that's what kind of initiates all of this. So, yeah, there's scenes that I was kind of like starting, a lot of them end up having romance moments together, especially the teenagers. And especially, all the Mallrats will be like crushing on different characters and stuff, and there's a lot of drama and things like that. And so I was watching this and I was like, is there something between the two of these? Like, and I'm like, what's happening between them is kind of echoing the beginnings of crushes that I've seen between other characters, between male and female characters in this show. So when I first watched it, I was like, are they going this route? Is this really happening? And it's really exciting. This season aired in 2003. This aired. So that's one of the reasons I definitely am passionate about this and wanted to talk about it, because this is a show and it's geared toward a younger audience. There are some like more mature themes, but it's generally geared toward a younger audience. And yet they had this whole relationship between two women. It kind of began. So we're gonna start out watching what is actually in the show. And we'll give you our reactions to, the first one is season 5, episode 40, and then the following episode as well. And then what's to come after that is we actually found out that there were some deleted scenes that their characters' relationship, they had completely filmed, and they looked like very polished, filmed, edited, seemed like they were ready to go but they were deleted from the show. So we're going to start out taking a look at first what's actually in the show. And this will probably take about 2 episodes maybe, or 2 videos of ours to cover what's actually in the show. And then we'll take a look for you all at those deleted scenes. So let's take a look.
Alrighty. Oh,
Salene?
Okay, so Salene is laying in bed. She's just gone through something really rough. They both kind of have, honestly. And, yeah.
was that alcohol I saw?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure she has a drinking problem.
Oh,
it's been a little bit since I watched this. I've watched it multiple times.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And there's May in the back.
Yeah, she's coming in. They have a room together.
Okay.
Their beds are in the same room. Because they live in a shopping mall. That's why they're called the mall rats.
Right. Yeah, that part I know.
Yeah.
What are you doing in bed? Are you sick? Not really. You don't have a temperature. Like I said, I'm not sick.
May looks...
The makeup is pretty awesome.
Right, it is. And May looks and seems like really sincere. She's been kind of shady in the past.
Yeah,
so,
I remember that too.
Yeah, so for her to be this sincere is pretty significant. You can see a lot of character growth.
I just don't feel like I can face anything today. Or anyone.
Selena's probably, honestly, my favorite character. She's really sweet and caring.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
When we first watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's just a little cinnamon roll.
She is.
Stay in bed all day. Why not? Because you've got a lot to offer.
Oh, I got a lot to offer.
There's people out there that need you, that care about you. Like who?
Ooh.
We all do so. Come on.
We all
This is
do.
Salene that I've come to respect.
Come to
Responsible, caring, positive, a fighter.
Aww. This is like when you list all the things you like about someone.
She's not feeling it. She's just like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
To mope.
Yeah, she had a rough time.
Is he all right?
Alright, so this is the next episode, the following episode. Trudy's crying.
What is it?
May comes over to comfort her. And let's hear what Trudy's crying about.
Tell me. I want to see Jay. I miss him so much. And I keep wondering why he hasn't tried harder to see me. And I know that it's really hard for him. And I know that I'm just being stupid.
So Jay, I believe, was someone that she was Jay... As far as I remember, he was one of the technos, wasn't he? Jay?
Could have been.
I think Jay was one of the technos.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and that Trudy had a romance with him.
Oh, it hurts so much. You're not being stupid. It's natural to feel like that. I just want to hold him in my arms and tell him how much I love him. Do you know what that feels like? Wanting to tell someone you love them more than anything in the world.
So she's putting her romance on to May, and May is clear is like really taking this in and thinking like, is there someone that I really have feelings for and want to tell them? And it look at the look in her eyes. Yeah, she's really feeling it.
No.
It's really sad.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
She says, no, I don't.
But she takes a second just before, normally people are going to
She's
say
kind of
that.
denying it.
Yeah, normally people are going to like admit something like that. They're like, oh, yeah, absolutely, or no, absolutely not. She takes some time because she's just trying to consider what should she say. She's like, no. Like you said, she's denying it.
Yeah, she doesn't, I think she doesn't want to admit it to Trudy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay. So here she's continuing to think about it. She's to send her right a letter.
I'm writing this because when we're together, I never find the courage to tell you how I feel.
Aww. Alright, so here she has the letter. She's holding it very tenderly and places it on her pillow. She's kind of hemming and hawing about it. And
That's Selene's pillow?
Yeah, and it zooms in on the letter on the pillow. Yeah, thanks so much for watching that with us. It's super sweet, and I'm like such a fan. I kept being like, I want to do a video about this, I want to do a video about this, because I'm such a fan of that show in general. I've watched it several times, and I looked up when it was that this season aired, and it came out in 2003. So it was either, by the time these couple episodes came out, it would have been maybe 2003, 2004, because they're later on in the season. But that's just incredible for that time. There was very little of this being shown.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you've watched it so many times, though, and you just, like, picked up on it.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, something's going on between them.
What's interesting, too, we haven't gotten to it yet, when we get to the deleted scenes, is I wonder why they decided to, like, not progress with this storyline.
Well, I think that the main channel that they showed this on was a more kids-oriented channel. So it might have been a decision that, I don't know, but it might have been that it wasn't the show's decision. But something that's really cool about this show is that after the show was canceled or stopped, they now are releasing book series to continue. I haven't read any of them, but they seem really cool. It's such a neat world. I would. But yeah, they continued it on. And something else that's really sweet that they did was during the pandemic, the actors were doing a podcast. They were doing interviews while everyone was in lockdown and talking about the show.
That's awesome.
To give something for people to be excited about. I heard a little bit about the actor who plays Lex, and he was saying, like, oh, it's really scary how the real world echoes the show. It, like, is mirroring what happened in the show. Because, again, it's about this virus that takes over. Yeah, but it's such a good show. Definitely recommend it. Like I said, it's all up on YouTube. So I'll have to give it another watch soon, probably. Yeah, but what's also really incredible, and I'm like totally geeking out this time around, what's also really incredible is that we covered this story over 2 episodes, and there's still more to it. So it's not just like one scene, it's a several episode story arc. And it does, like, it happens really quickly. You kept being like, that's all?
Yeah.
That seems so short.
Yeah, they're really small little scenes. I would say, I'm like, that's it? There's nothing else?
Yeah, because there's so much else going on.
Yeah, that's true.
There are a lot of characters.
One episode has a lot going on.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters, and they'll, like, kind of show each character's little mini arc of what's happening for them.
Yeah, but they do it really, really well, because there are some shows that they'll have multiple characters, and they try their best to juggle them all. But the Tribe actually does a really good job of juggling all of the characters, for sure.
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
wow, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Especially since this came out so long ago.
I know, for sure. Yeah, well, thanks again for watching. Like I said, this is one of my favorites, so I'm really excited to be able to share about this with all of you. And we'd love to have you stay in touch with us. Please subscribe. We look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Sending so much love. Till next time.
Later!